Good morning, everyone. It's raining here and I couldn't sleep, so I was like, let me come in my closet and do a little video. Let me come in my closet. So, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Probably everyone's sleeping like I should be, but I was just so excited about this adorable bag that I just picked up, the Charlie bucket bag. And when I saw it for the first time in the store, I, for the life of me, could not recall why I was so attracted to this bag. And then I happened to be browsing through YouTube and then online, like I do sometimes, and I ran across the Louis Vuitton Neonoe. And I've seen this bag online and so many YouTube videos. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. Is this Charlie a dupe for this? For the Neonoe. So, let's see. Let's see. The measurements to the Charlie are... So, it is 10 long, no, 10.5 long, and then it's 10 3/4 high and 6 wide. And the measurements to this Neonoe is, let's detail the features, is 10.2 high, 10.2 wide, and 6.9 inches wide. So it's almost identical in the measurements. And that is, of course, I'm looking at the Damier Azur print. And I know the leather one is a little bit, because they have this in many canvases and many styles and leathers, but they start at 15 and all the way the leather one is 2,500. I mean, it's crazy the price difference between some brands, but this I thought was a great alternative. So let's see the features of this. Let me see. I'm like moving it but not moving it. So okay, this is the front. Okay, so that's the front of the Neonoe, and this is the front. I guess this would you consider the front, because either way it could be the front. And this has a drawstring closure, and this has the turn lock closure on both sides. So in a way, the drawstring would affect both sides, and so this turn lock closure affects all the way around. So that is the front of it. And then let's see, of course that's the back of it, the string, and then this is the side of it, and that's the side of it also. It's got that beautiful pleat on the side of where the strap is attached. But this is where it's almost like so similar. The Louis Vuitton has the zipper, which I kind of wish that Charlie did too, but yeah, can't have it all, I guess. So the Charlie bucket bag has that separated compartment feature also, which I absolutely love, because in a bucket bag, you know, it's nice to have some separation. So that feature is like so awesome. I mean, I'm just so in love. I really am, you guys. And of course, the Louis Vuitton has the strap that you can make into one strap. So the Charlie has the detachable strap, so then you can have the handle, you know, just the top handle, And then the detached strap if you want. It's not a 2-in-1 strap. But oh my gosh, I thought this was absolutely beautiful. And let me know what you guys think. Is this a comparable dupe? I think it is. I really do think it is. I think if you're not in the family of, I've always enjoyed seeing Louis Vuittons, Chanel's, etc. But that's just not my ballpark. This is, Coach, and it has always been one of my true favorites. So fashion houses, and I'm pretty loyal to them, so they haven't let me down over the years. And this year, in the past few years, they've gotten so absolutely just, and then of course no feet on this one. But so let me guys know, do you think this is a comparable dupe? I think it is. I think it really is. And since I'm here in my closet, I would like to do a little story time. I wanted to share over the course of my life. I'm headed towards 40, so I've had so many. I could write a novel, but I just want to share one story of an answered prayer and how faithful our Heavenly Father is to us. A year ago, I did a water fast. I did a 3-day water fast, and I started this water fast on a Wednesday, and I drank water. When I normally do water fast, I just drink water all 3 days. I work a very physical job. It's very intensive. It is outdoor, so I have to. I know there's fasts where people restrict water and food, but this was my only second time ever in my life doing a water fast. I had done one previous a few months before. But this was the second one. The first one I ever did, I might share, but that one is kind of hard to share because the Lord prompted me to do that first fast. And after that first fast, my sister died, and I realized why he had been pressing on me for months to but I don't want to get into that one this morning because I'm going to be crying the whole time. But I wanted to share the one that I did a few months after she passed. I'm sorry. I didn't think this was going to be so hard. I knew I shouldn't have mentioned the first fast. But a few months after, I was at work, and I just, the Lord had prompted me, put on my heart to fast and to get closer to Him. So I did. And I had started that 3-day fast. I had started on Wednesday. So that Wednesday, everything went smoothly, no headaches, just peace, and he was sustaining me. Then Thursday, same thing, peace, and she just, Lord, when you depend on Him, when He's your bread and water and everything, He sustained you. So that morning, so the Friday morning, the last day of my water fast, which I wanted to complete, and then have food Saturday morning. That was my intention. But I woke up that Friday morning, and I woke up absolutely so weary and tired, and I didn't understand, because the first 2 days were just, I felt so energized, so powerful. If anybody knows anything about fasting, it's just a really wonderful tool of healing that the Lord always uses, and mentally and physically. And so I didn't realize. So then that morning I woke up, and I was just feeling, I was, getting ready for work, and I was just so drained. I was like, oh Lord, please help me get through this day. I want to really do this fast for you. And then I realized I had started my monthly menstrual cycle. I was like, oh, that's why. I was like, oh, well, I gotta, I want to push through and get it done. So I get to work, and I start working, and it's around 11 o'clock, and I'm just like, so weary and exhausted. And so I get on my knees, and I pray, and I start praying, Lord, please sustain me. Please be my strength. And He tells me in my heart, he's like, go eat something. I'm like, no, I don't want to eat anything. Lord, I don't know if this is my flesh speaking, and if if this is my flesh speaking, I don't want to break your fast, Lord. You know, because sometimes our bodies will do that to us. And, you know, make us crave something, you know, and so I prayed a prayer. I was like, Lord, if this is you speaking, please, Lord, bring me food. I want you to bring me food in a way that I know, you know, you have answered my prayer. And I want you to send, I was very specific because I wanted to be sure it was not my flesh speaking. And I wanted to be sure it was the Holy Spirit prompting me to eat. I was like, Lord, please send my husband to bring me some broccoli and any kind of meat. I was like, Lord, if my husband brings me some broccoli and any kind of meat, then I'll know it's from you. So I kept on working, and it was around 2:30. And oh, by this time, I was just like, I was done. I wanted to just drop my truck and leave. But I kept pushing, and my husband pulls up at around 2:30, and he was on the way to pick up my son from school, and which he always does in that area. So that's why sometimes most of the time he doesn't, but because I like to do intermittent fasting during the week. But he pulls up, and I was like, what's he doing here? And of course I was so delirious, I totally forgot I prayed earlier that morning. And he brings me a plate of food, and I open it, and of course, sure enough, it's broccoli and some beef ribs, which of course I started bawling. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, did you not want me to bring you food? I was like, no, I had just prayed this exact prayer. And I was just absolutely, you know, and of course, Lord knows even the desires you had not spoken. And before he pulled away, he's like, hey, here's a Starbucks gift card I had gotten for my anniversary at work. Because Lord knows he knows I love my Starbucks. And that was always one of my favorite things to get on Fridays, but I was fasting that Friday, and I just wanted to share that because he's so faithful in the little things. If you can't trust your Father in the little things, how are you going to trust him in the big things? So just start in the little things. In the little things. He's in the little things, because the little things fill up the most room, and then the big things, they're just easy because he's the creator of the universe. So you guys, go out there and be a blessing to someone, and happy Mother's Day to all those beautiful mamas. You mean the world to your children, whether you realize it or not. Your words, your love, and your time is more precious than anything. This world will make you believe that you have to be, I don't know what, you have to like do things that deem impossible. You have to, no, they just want your loving, encouraging words, to know that they're absolutely loved for everything, and just loved perfect in the way they are, with their little attitudes, or little, you know, just, they're not made in a perfect image, but they're made in God's image, and they want to be loved. That's all these beautiful little souls want, to be loved and appreciated for just being who they are, which is, you know, a child of God in God's image. So pour into them love and your time, your hugs and kisses, your touch. I never had that growing up, and my heart really suffered. So my children now, they get more you know, they call me the overbearing mom, but that's okay. They're only little for so long, and I can only work on their foundation now when they're little. So, mamas, you matter so much to these beautiful babies. Nothing else you can't take anything else into eternity. You won't see anything, you know, of this earth, only your children and your loved ones. I hope everyone has a blessed day. I love you guys. Mwah.